You find yourself in what appears to be the castle's prison. The king's guard flank the cells. They are heavily armed. Behind the rusted iron bars stand the men you believe to be wrongly convicted for the crime of treason. Hey guys, it's Friday, and that means it's time for another Black Magic Craft build video. And this episode, I'm going to continue on my theme of simple items that are incredibly useful, and I'm going to share with you one of my favorite bits of dungeon dressing: modular prison walls. These iron barred walls are so useful. They have a home in every single dungeon. You can use them for walls, doors, cages, portcullis, whatever you want. Super duper handy. To make it even easier on you guys, I designed a template that you can print out. It will help you doing your cut, but more importantly, it will help you assemble the bars and keep them looking good. It's actually a really clever idea. I think you'll enjoy it. The template is pay what you want on drive-through RPG. That means that anyone can get their hands on it for free. If you want to throw me a few bucks when you download it, if maybe you've been wanting to help out the channel but you don't want to commit to something like Patreon, this is a great way that you can just throw a few bucks my way and help me out to keep doing what I do. Without further ado, let's build some prison walls. So this template comes in 2 pages. The first page is your cut sheet, which you're going to want to glue to some heavy cardstock so you can use it over and over again. And the second page is your assembly sheet. That one you're actually going to want to just tape to some cardboard or foam core or whatever, just some kind of flat surface for assembly. The walls are constructed out of a mix of popsicle sticks, tongue depressors, barbecue skewers, and toothpicks. And it's ideal if you can get square kind of toothpicks rather than round ones. This will make assembling them a lot easier, as 2 flat surfaces are going to glue together much better than 2 round ones. The bars are going to be constructed out of the toothpicks, including the horizontal ones, but you might find that the toothpicks you have go to a point before the actual length of the template that I've made. So if this is the case for you, like it was for me, you can cut off the point to the next appropriate bar and just use that as your length for the walls. Using the template, you want to cut as many horizontal and vertical bars as you're going to need to construct as many walls as you want to construct. You're going to want to use regular popsicle sticks for the top and bottom plates. And again, use the cutting guide to cut as many as you think you're going to need. For the support rails, you're going to want to use barbecue skewers. And these are great because they're more square than flat. Cut as many as you're going to need. Last, the base of the walls is going to be made out of tongue depressors, and unfortunately I was all out of tongue depressors, so I had to stop and make a trip to the dollar store to grab some. Well, there was no dang tongue depressor extra large popsicle sticks at the dollar store. That sucks. So guess I'm driving to Walmart. I don't want to go to Walmart. I really don't like Walmart. All right, enough of that nonsense. Let's assemble these prison walls. So apologies for the big arm in the way. I didn't pick the best camera angle for this, but basically what you want to do here is take your horizontal bars and using very small dabs of PVA glue, glue them right to this building guide. This will keep them in place as you're assembling the bars, and you can just easily remove them after. Once that glue has tacked up a bit and those bars aren't going to move, you can then put tiny little dabs of glue on the horizontal bars and drop in place your vertical bars. Using the guide, using the printout, you can line up all these vertical bars so that they stay nice and evenly spaced and nice and straight. The top and bottom parts of this wall are little U-channels that you want to create by gluing the barbecue skewers to the popsicle sticks. And there can be a lot of variance in the material you have from what I have. So the important thing is to make sure that the space between the 2 skewers is exactly the width of your toothpicks so that your prison bar walls will lock in place nicely. You may find that some of the pieces of wood aren't perfectly straight and don't want to glue together that easily. If that's the case, just use some clamps to hold them in place for several minutes while the glue dries. You may find that there's a lot of variance in the length of your pieces and some of the ends aren't lined up nicely, so if that's the case, you can just use a rotary tool or some sandpaper to even everything out. After the glue on the bars is good and dry, you can cut them free from the template. Just grab a blade and slice them off. You might find that there's some small bits of paper or glue that is stuck to the backside, but you can just shave that off with your knife. You can then take 2 of the U-channels and fill up that U-channel with glue and place the bar wall within it. Make sure that your section of bars is centered approximately within the U-channels. Then once the glue has totally dried, you can prime them. And I sprayed these using a gray primer, and I did this for the same reason I did it on my iron door tutorial. And that's because the gray undercoating will mean that I'll only actually need 1 coat of my gunmetal gray metallic. After painting everything out in gunmetal, I decided to add a whole bunch of rust to these things. And you could do this just by stippling on some orange paint. I did that. I showed how to do that in the last episode, but this time around I wanted to test out this effects paint that I received from Acid Drop, and it's an airbrush paint, and I haven't been able to use that previously, but I now own an airbrush, so hey, let's try it out. I found that it looked pretty good after just 1 application, but I decided to go back in for a second round and really add more rust to some of the joints on the iron. Maybe I went a bit overkill here, but hey, whatever, it's just dungeon dressings, and I really just wanted to try out this new texture paint. As usual, I finished off the paint job by applying a dark black wash. This kind of muted that rust that I maybe went a little bit too crazy on and got in all the nooks and crannies that the paint didn't reach, and overall just finished the piece off. These are a really fun afternoon project. I made a couple wall sections just in the span of a few hours. You could definitely bang off a whole bunch of these in 1 weekend. The template and the assembly guide make this so much easier. If you need to pick up any tools or supplies for your own projects, check out blackmagiccraft.ca. There I have my essential equipment store where I link to all of the stuff that I use and recommend. Purchasing through those links helps fund these videos. The other way you can help fund these videos and ensure that I keep making them every single week is by supporting Blackmagic Craft on Patreon. Those funds are crucial to giving me the time it takes to produce these videos for the community. I'd love to have your support, and I'd really like to have you as the newest member of the Blackmagic Craft Fellowship. That's it for this week. I hope you guys found this video entertaining, informative, and most of all, inspiring. Don't forget that you can download that template. The link will be in the video description below. It's free, or pay what you want if you want to donate a few bucks to the channel. If you like this video, hit that like button and let me know in the comments section below. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe and check out my back catalog of other videos. Every single Friday, I put out a build video where I make something cool. I've got well over 100 other videos that you can check out. I also do reviews and unboxings on Tuesdays and Wednesdays sometimes. So good luck with your prison walls. I will see you guys again next video. Cheers.